Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Filecoin update. It is a fantastic day here. As you can see that the price is up something like 18%, but really this is not coming as a surprise because the last couple of weeks we have been screaming on top of our voice saying that, you know what, exactly something like what we are seeing at the moment was going to happen, right? So it's not really coming as a surprise already. There are a few things that we need to talk about with the recent development in the price. Where exactly are we headed next and all that good stuff, right? But before I get into the content, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It just helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for Filecoin updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so really because I do TA on Filecoin and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much, let's get back into the content, right? Basically, what we are seeing here on a daily time frame is a work of accumulation pattern. If you've been watching the channel, really you already understand that this is the same story with the rest of the market, and really this price set is not difficult to interpret because it's just following the rest of the market. But you can take an example here of Filecoin, which basically has the same structure but leading right. So we can obviously have an advantage of hindsight, as we were saying in those videos, that you know what, this Filecoin being a laggard is not a disadvantage. It actually is an advantage because you have an easy trade, right? So we see the same thing even happening here with Cardano. We've got VeChain, we've got Polkadot, we also have got Neo. I mean, just to mention a few there. We also have got, other market participants which are in the same category with Filecoin, which have to do with decentralized storage, right? For example, this is storage itself, and you can see that up until this point, it had risen something like, from the very bottom here, something like 400%, and Filecoin was still down there. So it was always a given that Filecoin was going to catch up with the rest of the market. We also see Ocean Protocol, same story, right? Decentralized storage, you also see it had already gone up something like, 300 something percent. We also have got the recent example here of ICP, which we were actually using the same line of thought basically then, right? And we were saying that this was going to catch up with other market participants of that category, right? So coming back to the work of accumulation pattern here, what usually happens is that, yes, we are continuously going to the upside here, making higher loss, but our first resistance will start showing up right around $8.50 thereabout, or even maybe slightly lower than that, because, a lot of people are going to be taking profits right here. But so this is the resistance that we have at the moment. Is it going to be a very strong resistance? Well, I don't think it's going to be a very strong resistance. Obviously, we are going to have to work it out because usually that's what you just have to do with work of accumulation patterns, right? This is where usually you have your sign of strength. So there can be a slowdown right around these levels right here. So something like maybe $8.30 all the way up to something like $9.50 thereabout. There can be a little bit of chaos, right? Whilst the price is trying to work out that resistance level there. But once that's worked out here, as we have seen time and again with this work of accumulation patterns, you just have to continue to the upside. The next price target that we'll be looking at right here is around $17, because usually if you just go around the market, you take a look at it, like almost everything has been rejected, or almost everything has been challenged, or everything has gone back to these levels right of this mini rally, right, prior to this capitulation that we saw across the board, right? Even if you take a look at Bitcoin, this was the same story right here that is giving everybody a headache, even things like render and so forth. I won't get into examples. I won't get into examples because we really don't have the time, right? I have to go and do some celebrations for the new year, but I wanted to share with you a bit of the things that are happening here in the market. So the next price target here will be something like $17 as soon as we are done working out the resistance level that we have right here. But then again, we also put another bigger price target in which we were looking at this structure right here, which we're saying that, on a weekly time frame, if you just want to do this right here, right, count your waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside, what usually happens is that even in the worst case scenario, you get back to the top of the wave 4 right there. So even the lower part of the wave 4 here is a usual suspect. It happens time and again, right? So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you go to the downside, you find your way back to the fourth wave there. So that's something like at $27 thereabout for Filecoin. It's a easy price target in my own opinion, considering that coins of the same category had already done something like 400%. And also, just from a field retracement perspective here, you can actually see that these price targets are way below the first retracement level there. So I think this is safe under this first field retracement level, because usually you just don't keep falling like this. You have to pick yourself up at least to challenge like the first or the second field retracement level, which is sitting at something like $58.92. Even those price targets are really, really possible in my own opinion. But for now, we're just taking a look at something like $27 thereabout, and that is going to be fantastic, obviously. By the way, we are not only talking about those things, we are literally putting our money where our mouth is, and you can see this trade here that we were taking and our group has already ripped in something that is fantastic here. I mean, this is just the beginning yet. We see we've got like a little bit of room to grow to the upside before we close it. And you know what, if you're interested in those trade alerts and all that good stuff, feel free to join the group. The link will be somewhere down there in the comment section. Just as a bonus though, since we are talking about coins which have to do with decentralized storage, there is one which actually hasn't moved, and I think this is really going to be the next play here. And I'm talking about none other than we've been covering it a lot on the channel, right? Basically having the same line of thought that we have been having with you know what, Filecoin, ICP, and to be honest, up until this point we have actually queued each and every single one of those trades. But so you see even the same structure right here, and you can see that with our we see have a lot of room to go to the upside. The next resistance level right here are around something like $17, so anywhere between $14 to $17 there. That's your first line of resistance with that work of accumulation pattern. One more time, but this is the next play in my own opinion. Obviously none of I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and then I would have to see you on the very next one. And I just want to wish you a happy new year from the very bottom of my heart. I wish you have very successful trading or a very successful crypto journey, right? So see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye.